All right. Mia, are you ready? I haven't opened the case yet. So this case is linked to the other cases. So the first one was the video game place, first person shooter. Then there was the guy that killed a woman, but she didn't turn out to be dead after all. And then the last one that we did last time, and the first one, I can't remember, the art gallery one, do you remember? Let's go. So we don't know what to expect here. Who's gonna get busted, Mia?
As you've seen, I'm juggling lab work and supervisor duties, so as much as I love field work, I don't always have the luxury of picking my cases, or partners. However, this time, I do. On this case, I want to watch you work. This time, one of our own discovered the body, Dr. Al Robbins. Usually, we have to go to the morgue to have the doc talk to us in the presence of a deceased victim. This time, a side alley near his home. We'll take the mobile analysis unit in case there's any evidence we need to process immediately.
Let's go to the crime scene. Now they said that the morgue guy, the one that does the autopsies, he found the body. Whoa.
Doc Robbins noticed the abandoned vehicle and saw something suspicious, so let's have him fill us in before we process the scene.
Oh, he's got a walking stick. Let's see what he says.
Am I glad to see CSI on the scene? My shift's about to start and I have work to do.
What do you find?
I was driving past and I noticed this car with its trunk open. We're suspicious by nature in this business, so I took a closer look and saw what appeared to be blood spilling from that crate. So I called in.
Can you make out what's inside the crate?
No, I may not do much field work, but I know enough not to taint the evidence.
Do you know the car?
It's a familiar enough model. Wouldn't mind having a ride like this myself, but no, I've never seen it before.
Anything unusual?
Nothing overt. I noticed that the alarm's still set and there are no jimmy marks on the doors.
Is anyone else here?
Oh, there's been a parade of witnesses. All rodents. 11:43 p.m. Like the times I usually give you, that one's exact. I checked my watch.
I think that's all we need, Doc. If we need more...
I know. You know where to find me.
Oh, he's gone to work. Right then. Let's investigate this car.
If we have a ditched body and car, why did our person or persons unknown bother to remove the crate first? Was the body dump interrupted? Or has this crime scene been tampered with?
Someone's tampered the crime scene, maybe. I can't see anything on there. There's some scrape marks here.
You're close. Try something similar.
Fingerprint. We'll run that on the computer, Mia, because we know to look at fingerprints.
No plates. Could mean it's a new car, or that it was stolen.
No license plate. We got the VIN number of the vehicle. So whoever owns this car, Mia, has got some serious questions to answer.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
So we can't get any DNA off there. Is that the keys? So if there's the keys, then the car might not have been stolen. So it hasn't been hotwired.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
No, it's not clean in there.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough. Body in the crate. Style and size of shoes indicate a male.
Excuse me. Is that paint? It doesn't look like blood, does it? You would have thought that this open door they would have got out here. And maybe there's a footprint. I thought. Should we go to the lab and investigate it, right? Do our hacks. We'll go to the morgue and see what the mode of death was. He's got the body here already.
Once I uncrated him, I found he was an African-American male, mid-50s. And I have fingerprints for you, of course.
Hacks, thanks.
2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head, 9 mil, both entering at approximately a 35-degree angle downward, and a 0-degree side angle. Markings on the back of the skull indicate a point-blank shooting. Both rounds entered the occipital bone. One exited out through the forehead. The other stayed inside, and got around a bit. I have it for you.
But we've got the bullet.
Based on body temperature, estimated time of death is 7 p.m., about 7 hours ago. Our Vic was not breathing when he was crated up. The autopsy showed the victim had stomach problems, no ulcer, but he put away more than his share of antacids. Hey, I found the body for you. What more do you want? I've got nothing new to report on the Vic.
Let's go to the lab. Checking those fingerprints, yeah? So, the victim's fingerprints. We can't search to find out who it is. Well, let's test that versus the fingerprint on the car. Nearly the same, but it's not the same. So, let's check the fingerprint on the car. And search that. And let's testing this one. That's not the same. That's not the same. That's not the same. That's not the same. And that's not the same. So the fingerprint on the car, we don't know who it is. Victim's DNA.
The DNA analyzer will tell you what you need.
That's checking the victim's DNA. Search. Excuse me. That's not the same. I'm feeling that's the same.
Looks like it was owned by our PI, Gary Melvoy.
Okay. We can't search anything about that tire.
We've done all we can with that item.
Right. We've got a bullet and the car key.
We've done all we can with that item.
Maybe there's a fingerprint. Alright, let's have a look at the bullet.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
So we need to check. Reckon we can get some of that residue off it? Let's see what this guy says about that.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it. I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
The chemical analyzer.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
We can't seem to use anything on it. I don't understand. Oh, we can't zoom in anymore.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
Dude.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
I couldn't put it on that table. I could look at it under here. Surely we've looked at all around, right?
Hello? Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
Blood from the fender we got there. And then we've got the tire tread. Right. So
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
fuck's sake. Let's go back to the crime scene now that we took the body out of the box.
If this substance is a controlled one, we may have the kind of busted pottery that can lead to a bust.
I think it's going to be puzzle time.
Looks like a shard of clay or ceramic.
I think it's puzzle time.
We've done all we can with that item.
I don't get what I'm missing on this. Like, it never goes green so I can search. But I can't really go to the bottom. And the top, I can't go there. So, I don't get what I'm supposed to do with that.
Hello? Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
Maybe we need to, I don't know. Do we need to ask the morgue guy? What do we?
I don't have anything for you right
No,
now.
he hasn't got anything to say. Let's go and see Brass and see if we can find out who the guy is. Where is his wife?
Everybody in the LVPD knows him. Kind of a cop who likes to spout off about justice and then gets caught planting evidence. He wasn't fired from the force, but he quit just in time. A couple of years ago, he went private. Lives and works out of a rolling office in an RV park. I'll open it up for you. Once you've got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
So this is where the guy lives before he died.
This man may live out of an RV, but his possessions are state-of-the-art. This is very sophisticated surveillance equipment. Is he a PI or an FBI agent?
Sophisticated surveillance equipment. We go on his computer.
We have a thief who leaves a valuable camera behind but takes the memory card. Apparently, resale value is not what this thief was after.
Bank records. He's got 40,000 in the bank. That's all in the same month. It went from nothing to 40,000. Interesting. Where did you get that money, John Doe? Fingerprint. It seems you can only go inside. Let's go and look at that camera. Right.
That goes on the trace analysis computer.
So we're going to have a look at his detail. Bank details. Gary Melboy. Account number 3851744824. What is...
That's some balance. What kind of clients can pay our RVPI these kind of fees? Something doesn't add up. Also, look at this transfer. Ackerman Fine Art Studio? Isn't that the gallery case you worked on with Ward? But he's already on another case. Hey, Catherine.
Yeah, Gil.
It looks like some old skeletons are popping up from a case you supervised. Since you have some history here already, would you do a follow-up interview at the Nathan Ackerman Fine Art Studio?
Combine and conquer. Sure. I'm ready when you are.
Right, so Mia. They said this guy's bank has $81,000. He got money from the art studio. So let's go and talk to art studio guy again. See what doing, right? And he'll be like, you need a warrant. This is where one of the boxes came from.
And here we are again. New case, old place. New face, old face. Let's see what they know.
I did indeed. And a part of the process was selling out to Mr. Klein, who is now my landlord. Mr. Klein has been kind enough to allow me to continue on here while I re-establish my good name and my credit.
Has he got a mark on his head?
Certainly, he was a customer. Just a one-time transaction. He'd purchased a lovely vase, but the workmanship was flawed, and I, of course, gave him a full refund.
Funny he'd buy artwork at all. He lived in an RV and worked out of it too. A PI. Murdered recently.
Oh, dear, how ghastly. I had no idea what his profession was. Except in the case of an expensive transaction involving establishing credit, I have no call to inquire into the professions of my clientele.
Where were you at 7 p.m., dear kid?
Right here, doing the accounts. Now that I'm in a sense working for Mr. Klein, I take special care to keep detailed records. It's only right, and, well, he insists. I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
He's not talking. Who's this guy?
Never seen him. I'm not familiar with the customers in this place. Not my style of artwork. I like realistic stuff, you know? Nathan here takes care of business. He's the art expert. I stop in to, you know, check the books now and then.
Mind if we look around, Mr. Klein?
Damn right I mind. I'm a good citizen and everything, but I know one thing about art. It's fragile as hell. And anyway, I just paid a boatload to clean this joint. So no, not just for your kicks. Anything else? I got a dinner date with the missus.
He said you need a warrant. Yeah.
Not much here. Nice job being thorough.
Damn it, I wanted to click the floor.
Not much here. Nice job being thorough.
They're the same type of boxes. We was in here before. This is his office.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
Let's go to the lab and look at the camera. See if we can come back with something that proves that they're busted, right? That's the idea, right? The VIN of the automobile. Vehicle owner Gary Melvoy. So that is his car. It's a GMC Yukon 2006. So it's his car. Yeah, Mia, wait for the cops to knock on your door, and they'll be like, "Is your name Mia?" And you'll be like, "I want to speak to my lawyer," and come back with a warrant. Then you reckon, "I want to speak to my lawyer right now." I got rights. I'm an American. I want. Did your SLR camera?
We've done all we can.
We've done all we can with that. Fingerprint on the desk, yeah? Let's compare that against the victim's fingerprint. Well, that's the same, isn't it?
It's a match. But finding the Vic's prints at his own residence is not evidence. No help.
He says finding the victim's prints in his own house is not evidence. Alright, there was a powdery substance in the crate. And do you know what? I wonder if that powdery substance is that poison that that woman had. I wonder.
We've done all we can with that item.
%50 hypochlorite, right?
So it was cocaine at the bottom of that.
Cocaine. Cocaine. Coca-Cola. So there was cocaine there, right? Now, are we missing some evidence? Let's talk to this guy. He's not talking about that.
We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can.
Normally, if you've tested all your evidence, which we have,
I believe there's more to be
I
done
don't
with
know
that
what
item
to
before
do
we
when
can
he
process
says
it.
that. Like, there's. Like, we thoroughly looked at this. Are we not understanding this bullet? I swear there's nothing on that bullet, right?
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
Are we just dumb?
Hello. Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
Apparently we need a phone number and marks on the door at the RV. Let's go.
Looks like apparent breaking and entering. Try something else.
A crowbar. And that's the phone number. We never saw that the first time. 555-8062. Mia's phone number. So bastard. Let's go and Googling that phone number, yeah. It's gonna be... Is it gonna be to that woman? The Chinese girl at the, James booth, right? It's gonna be her number. Cause she was banging that other guy that lived in his car. You remember? This guy also lives in his car. It would make sense, right? Are we understanding? But we didn't bust her for that one.
Let's see what Brass has to say about this.
Do you reckon she's busted?
Sure, let my fingers do the walking. On my computer. Huh. Here's a familiar name. Remember Lucy Kennelly? Sister of our blood-hoarding non-Vic, Carrie Kennelly?
Oh my god, it's not her, it's the other one. This one.
Miss Kennelly, we appreciate your cooperation.
You can thank me by making this quick. You're taking me away from my work, as usual.
You know Gary Melvoy?
He's a private detective. I hired him to do some work.
A private detective for what? Business related?
I don't really have a private life, Captain. My work and my father's casino is just about it. So yes, business related.
He wasn't all that talkative. We found him dead, shot, stuffed in a crate.
Captain, Melvoy was a man I met a few times. A somewhat sleazy character, the likes of whom a business person must occasionally hire as a necessary evil.
All right.
It was a personal matter. A private investigation.
Well, it went public when he was shot and killed and crated for shipping.
I hired him to follow Michael Dubois.
Dubois? Why is he still in the picture? I thought your sister Carrie dumped that woman-beating jerk.
At least we see eye to eye on Michael Dubois, Captain. My sister, the height of whose naivete is matched only by the depths of her low self-esteem, is back in bed with that jackass. Figuratively and literally.
What about her and that male nurse, Alex? Love of her life that she spilled her own blood for.
They kind of fell out when Carrie made a deal with the DA to testify against him. Alex did try to frame Dubois after all. Even I wouldn't go that far. Anyway, Michael contacted Carrie, apologized for his abusive behavior, promised to behave, yada yada yada, and then thanked her for sticking up for him by selling out Alex.
Yada yada yada.
To make sure he wasn't leaning on her. My father is giving Carrie half ownership of the casino, the other half to me. Carrie still doesn't want anything to do with the business, but Michael wants to run things. Then she can take it easy and trade in her party girl tabloid lifestyle for being Mrs. Michael Dubois. Ugh.
Yeah.
First, I should be running things completely. I'm the oldest, and I've been working at the casino for years. It's my rightful position. Second, Michael Dubois is a lowlife who beats women and has questionable business ethics. I don't want that creep draining our family business.
Whatever happened to good old sharing?
I don't mind sharing with my sister, but not with that monster Dubois. I don't know how he managed to weasel his way out of those bookmaking charges, but I know I've only scratched the surface on how dirty this guy is.
Where were you last night at 7 p.m.?
I was at the casino, working late with my boss. Check with him if you like. I've told you
She's
everything
not
I know.
talking. Michael's apartment. So I mean, all the cases are linked now with the final case. Like, we've solved 4 cases to get to earn this now. And this is a thing with all of the games. Every single one of the CSI games, the last mission is to do with all of the missions. So do you remember this house?
Is this some kind of follow-up deal? Well, thanks, but no thanks. Our lives are much more pleasant without you LVPD types in it.
It's a new matter, and we have a few questions.
What kind of new matter is so important that you're gonna bother us again after all the stress you people have put us through? What kind of penny anti-crime is it this time?
A penny anti-crime called murder.
He's not talking, right? Let's have a look around his house. Do you reckon he's got someone killed in a freezer again? Let's see what he says.
No, he's a stranger to me. Why, should I know him?
He's a private investigator, a murdered one, who was investigating you.
Why would a private eye be interested in my life? Who the hell hired him?
Lucy hired him.
My sister? She hired a private detective to bother Michael? Hasn't she done enough damage? Why can't she leave me alone? Leave us alone.
Be cool, baby. No biggie. Just same old from that bitch.
She seems nervous and stuff, don't you reckon?
You can't be serious. You're saying you haven't noticed the hate-on she's got for me? She's jealous of my relationship with her sister, and that's the good side of her. The other side's a greedy, manipulative...
Michael, please. Please. This is just too much. Too much to process right now. Take me home. I'm tired.
She wants to
Tired
run
of all
away.
this.
Okay, let's stop it here. This isn't a police matter, it's a family concern. You're upsetting my fiancé, and I'm not gonna put up with that.
Where were you at 7 p.m?
At Carrie's pad, both of us. Cooking together. We're both amateur chefs, you know? We keep it low-key these days. Just an old stay-at-home couple. Keep out of the paparazzi's gun sights. Right, babe?
Totally. We're both a little busy these days in our separate lives, and when we spend time together, it's intimate. Just the two of us.
Intimate, huh?
I don't have anything else for you.
He's not talking.
Hello. Looking
No,
for
I don't
him?
want a hint. I want to see what's in this kitchen. Why can you zoom in on this, but you can't seem to... There's nothing here, right? You can't get in the fridge because that dickhead's in the... Can you verify Lucy was at work in the murder?
Her manager confirms her story, and casino security has footage of her on the premises around 7 p.m. Hate to disappoint, but you don't have a suspect.
Her alibi checks out. Her alibi checks out.
The comparison microscope is where you need to look at that.
Wow, that's all we've got. Let's go to each of the locations again. Oh, we can go to Carrie's apartment.
Thank God you're here. Maybe you can talk some sense into my sister. You've dealt with that lowlife Dubois. Tell her. Tell her to open her damn eyes. Our family business is in the balance.
She's only bothered about
Will
money.
you leave it alone already? How many times do I have to tell you? Michael is only looking out for my best interests. He and I both made our share of mistakes, and we've both learned from them. You just can't handle my having a meaningful relationship with a man. And really, I don't mean any disrespect, but you people have messed around in my life all I can stand. I really don't have the time or patience to talk to you again.
Ms. Kennelly, it isn't really optional. This may be an offshoot of the case you received immunity for. Remember? For your cooperation?
That's over. I don't have to cooperate with you anymore.
You do have to cooperate with a law enforcement officer.
What did I tell you? They're on to that art gallery.
You be quiet. You'll ruin everything.
Here's a present for you. A little photo I received from Mr. Melvoy. He may have been a little on the sleazy side himself, but this validates his opinion when he said something suspicious was going on at that place. What does that cretin Dubois know about art? The only art he's interested in are the engravings on green paper. Here's another one, or pieces of one anyway. When I showed it to my sister, she ripped it up in a typically immature outburst.
Be quiet.
You be quiet. Wake up and smell the corruption. That abusing bastard you love so much is going to bring you, me, Daddy, and all of us down.
Ah, he's got the crates.
I've told you everything I know.
She's not talking.
Hello.
I don't
Looking
need
for
a hint. Fuck off. Go back to this guy.
I haven't got anything.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
We got questions for this guy when his girlfriend's gone home.
That's the intention. I'll run the day-to-day operations, and Lucy will manage the legal affairs. Carrie and her old man back me all the way on this. Lucy's just the odd girl out. Read my lips, controlling bitch. And for all the self-confidence she projects, her old man claims she doesn't have what it takes to manage a casino. You've met her. She's got the people skills of a cell block guard. I mean, I could see why she'd be frustrated. Guess it's natural. She takes it out on me and not her own sister. But that doesn't mean I have to like it or put up with it. Don't you people talk to each other? Anyway, that's an alleged bookie operation. Those charges were dropped because they were unfounded. They were part of an online business course I was taking. One of those virtual deals. You can't get sent up for make-believe, guys. I don't have anything else for you.
He's got artwork. Let's go into the lab and look at that picture. So we've got here this ripped up photo. Oh, that's going to be the same, isn't it? And now, if we put that in here, on this computer,
We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can
that's
with
the
that
same
item.
person. Let's go back to the art gallery. Because there's crates.
I haven't got anything.
Ah, they're
I
not
can't
cool.
think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
We get another hint, yeah? Why can't we talk to her?
Hello. Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
How about... So, it says that we need to do this, right? And I didn't think of it. Nathan at the art gallery. The body in the crate.
We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can with that item.
What?
We've done all we can with that item.
So it says... First, use the computer to match the photo of Nathan at the gallery with the photo of the victim's body position near... What? We're trying to do that and that wasn't possible. Is it this?
We've done all we can with that item.
Ah, here we go. Potential match.
We've done all we can with that item.
Why can't I take that?
We've done all we can with that item.
That one.
We've done all we can with that item. Well, crates at the gallery seem to match the one at the crime scene.
That was a bit weird. Don't you reckon, Mia? It only worked a certain way.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
Oh, we need to go to Brass to get the warrant. We're stupid. Warren will... Brass will be like, they're busted.
Matching crates plus pottery divided by a dead ex-patron equals, let me do the math, a search warrant to see what's up at that gallery. This warrant allows you to search for matching art or transaction records.
He's so busted.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you again. I'm sorry, but it's just about closing.
Good. Well, that means we won't be in your way with any customers when we exercise this search warrant.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
Do we need to just go to the other location? No. We can just go on the table. Here you go.
Recent financial records could provide further links to our Vic.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
We'll have a look at those crates.
You'll want a different tool for that. Somebody ought to be insuring their packages. This urn seems consistent with the material found at the crime scene.
It says location searched. That means that there's nothing else to find. Unless asking this guy what to do.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
We'll go and 100% match that it's the same, yeah?
We can work with that on the assembly table.
Oh. Is he selling drugs instead of artwork? Maybe we can put this.
We've done all we can with that item.
We'll look at the accounting records.
If these records are to be believed, Ackerman's is now the hottest gallery in town, raking in premium prices for pottery. Strange his business has skyrocketed right after his bankruptcy.
So he's got drugs in the pottery, and it's going to be cocaine, right? Wouldn't you say? Once we've done that test, we might be able to find the drugs this time. This is a CSI game. I can't seem to get this out. Maybe we'll see what he says. He's not talking. He's not talking. This is a CSI crime scene game where you got to investigate murders and stuff. We're trying to find out how to get the item out of this ceramic urn. Maybe I need to join them up over here. I don't know. Can't seem to get anything else off there. Why can't we take this? That's annoying. Do we need to get a hint? Are we stupid?
Hello. Hello. Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
Ceramic urn. So, remove all the loose pieces to reveal a bag of powder found inside the urn. Fingerprint on bag of powder. Right. Loose piece. Loose piece. So, these ones we know we can take off, right? There has to be another piece here.
We've done all we can with that item.
Must be just glitchy of how the game is, right? I should just keep clicking. And eventually I'll click in the right place. There you go. That's so stupid. Here's the bag of powder. It's fake soap, right? So this is the drugs. And the fingerprint is right there.
Try something else. Try something else.
found on a bag of powder that was inside the broken earth. And then we can testing the powder, and it will be definitely cocaine. 100%. Cocaine. There you go. I told you it'd be cocaine. So, let's go back to the art gallery and ask him what the hell. You're busted. He's gone. He's gone. He was sitting in his chair, but he's gone. Now, what's this guy saying? Why do we find drugs in your gallery?
What? What the hell kind of accusation is that?
Not an accusation. We found a hefty coke stash cooked inside pottery, enough to put somebody away for trafficking.
Listen, I do not go there. Drugs are nothing I have ever had anything to do with. And if that clown Ackerman is dealing out of my building, I'll hand his damn head to you myself, on a bloody platter.
We prefer him with his head still attached, but thanks.
Well, I mean, you know, that was just a matter of speech. But Ackerman promised he'd kicked his drug problems and gone straight. I was just trying to give the guy a break. It's like they say, no good deed goes unpunished, huh?
How do you know Michael Dubois?
Know him? That's kind of an overstatement. He's just a customer at the gallery. Ackerman said the guy's dropped a lot of dough on artwork, so I think maybe I thanked him once or twice. Gotta be appreciative of good customers, right? I thought I made it clear. I don't run this business. Ackerman does. I wouldn't know a Rembrandt from a Warhol. All I know is it was upwards of 100 grand the guy dropped.
Where is that boss guy? The guy that's missing. I wonder if we can get a warrant from Brass.
Once you got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
Michael's apartment. How do you explain this photograph?
This photograph puts you at the Nathan Ackerman Fine Art Studio.
So what? I was down there buying artwork, paintings, for Carrie, surprise for her. Since when is being an attentive fiancé a crime?
They weren't doing paintings, they were doing pottery.
No reason, just bumped into him when I was, you know, shopping for art. Guy was gracious, said he appreciated my business. What kind of nonsense is this? You're kidding me. Here, I thought it was such a classy joint. Shows what I know about art. Let me tell you guys, I'd never have been doing business there if I'd known it was a front for drugs.
I wouldn't say this channel is underrated. I would say that it's a new channel and we don't know what it can be yet. We haven't been doing the channel for too long. Let's see. He's not talking.
For you.
Will asked his wife if he's been doing drugs.
I've told you everything I know.
Well, let's tell us what you don't know then.
I've told you everything I know.
He's not talking. I wonder if she's got any drugs at her house. Look, here's one of them potteries. She's not going to let us search her house, though, is she? Without a warrant. Damn.
Hello. Looking for
We
a
might
hint?
need a new hint.
I might be able to help you.
We've had so
I'll
many
have to
hints
consider it in my
now.
final evaluation.
How can I get a warrant to interrogate Nathan Ackerman? Bag of powder. Fingerprint on bag of powder. Oh, I haven't admit. Right. What we need to do is we need to go to the lab and we need to check on here that new fingerprint. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There we go.
There used to be meth in Mr. Ackerman's madness. Now it's cocaine.
Now he's busted. The art gallery worker.
You've got enough evidence. Sure, we'll get him in for a chat.
Now what's he gonna say?
So we find your prints on a sack of cocaine in your gallery. Weren't you a meth head not long ago? You're really moving up in the world.
He said no comment. Are you dealing drugs from the art gallery?
This is some bizarre mistake, or perhaps an attempt to implicate me, to take the onus off others. I went straight in every sense after those prior charges were dropped. I don't use, I don't deal. Those drugs are not mine.
Good to hear. But that doesn't quite fit with our dead private eye crated up with drugs in pottery that match more of the same in your gallery. The same gallery where you were making deposits into...
All right, I'll come clean, but it's not what it looks like. The PI was a blackmailer. He knew about the narrow escape I'd made with those other drug charges. So he finds drugs in my pottery and then blackmails me. I was innocent, but what else could I do?
You're a liar.
Could be. If that private eye didn't plant the drugs on me, it could be Klein dealing. Maybe that's why he hired me, to have an in-house patsy just waiting to take the fall. Well, if you ask me, that slimy Dubois has something to do with it. Otherwise, why would Klein, who has no interest in art, insist on handling Mr. Dubois personally, exclusively? When I started seeing all that money moving through the business, I knew something had to be amiss. But what could I do? My presence right here, right now, demonstrates the position in which I'd been put.
How do you explain your prints on the bag of cocaine? You're a liar.
I really don't know. But I do bring my lunch to the office in plastic baggies. Perhaps that PI or my landlord rescued one from the garbage can to further implicate me.
He's making up stories.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
He's making up stories. Ugh. We're not doing well for evidence. We went Michael's apartment. Let's go to each apartment again. So Carrie's apartment. Is Michael ever talked about Mr. Klein?
Must you bother me again? No, that's not a name that means anything to me. Why should it?
Evidence in our investigation shows your fiancé has been a frequent visitor to that gallery, spending impressive amounts for a guy who professes no particular interest in art.
Plenty of people not into art invest in it. Michael is a very intelligent, creative individual, and you people have misjudged him entirely.
We found cocaine. Do you know anything about that?
Cocaine? No way. Listen, I've done my share, but Michael hates drugs. He doesn't use them and thinks they're a detriment to society. Could you please not mention this to my sister? No. She'll cause me no end of trouble with Daddy. Anyway, just because you find coke at a gallery where Michael buys art, how dare you make such a heartless accusation?
Murder is heartless, Miss Kennelly, and so are murder investigations. We'd be happy to clear your fiancé, because it would put us a step closer to the killer.
Our evidence shows your fiancé may be involved with this murder.
Murder? Killer? I can't believe I'm hearing words like that. And I can't believe my life has gone in such a crazy direction.
If you know something that would help us, Miss Kennelly, I know it would help you.
I just can't. I can't live a lie anymore.
What do you mean you can't live a lie? She's going to grass.
I'll tell you. I will tell you. But first you have to promise you won't tell my fiancé that I told you this. You have to promise you won't tell him, or my sister.
We'll do our best to protect your confidence. But the day will come when the evidence will tell the whole story.
Michael wasn't home at 7 that night the man was killed. I still don't think Michael could have done this, but he wasn't home.
She thinks that Michael's the killer.
No, I don't. He was supposed to be here with me. I called him in his apartment but couldn't get him. Even his machine was off.
When did you next see Michael?
Well, finally Michael sort of dragged in here around 9:30, saying he'd had a rough day. Almost crawled into bed. Never saw him do that before. Michael rarely goes to bed before 2 a.m. Then today, he wasn't at his apartment. I have a key. I went in and I found this thing, this crowbar just laying out. It really, I don't know, it freaked me out. I just thought, what would Michael be doing with a crowbar? Criminals use crowbars. So I took it. But I feel like I'm betraying him.
Did you take it from his apartment? Because you may have been tampering with evidence.
How do I win with you people? I open up and tell you what you want to know, and then you climb all over me, and maybe it's what I deserve, betraying Michael. Maybe you people are exactly what I deserve.
You're not betraying your fiancé. You may well be helping to clear him. If your instincts are right, the evidence will free him.
And it will. He didn't do this.
Now she's saying he didn't do it.
And if he did, I don't want to know about it.
So we can comparing this crowbar, which won't have fingerprints on anymore. There's no way. We can comparing that to...
What's a good word from unpredictable little Carrie?
The word is very good for us, but not for her fiancé. She's no longer covering up for him. Michael lied to us when he said they were together. Plus, she handed over Michael's crowbar.
She tampered with evidence.
Not intentionally. Anyway, it may not hamper us. She'll describe how it came into her possession and then into ours.
Well, Ackerman says his prior drug involvement's been used to frame him here. He suspects everybody from Dubois and that landlord to our Vic.
So do I. So let's get back to work and find the truth.
So we need to go onto the microscope and put the imprint on the door versus the actual crowbar. They're so busted.
Looks like we found Michael's key to Mr. Melvoy's trailer.
Now we can get a warrant from Brass. That guy's busted. But it could have been any crowbar, but it's got exactly the same mark, so it's the same crowbar.
Crowbar matches the break-in at the PI's place. Let's take a look around Dubois' apartment for anything linking him directly to our Vic.
So, before we had a camera missing the memory card. Imagine the memory card is at Michael's apartment. And then Mike will be so busted. Where were you really at 7 p.m.?
Do I stutter? I said I was with Carrie, my fiancée.
Carrie's phone records indicate several attempts to call you at the time you were supposedly together.
Must be some technical error.
Technical error.
Hell, you say? Based on what?
A crowbar from this apartment was used to break into Gary Melvoy's office on wheels.
What, did that bitch Lucy break into my place again? Can't you guys see what that crazy, out of control... Look, you should be helping me to get a court order to keep her away from me, rather than harassing me yourselves.
He doesn't like that sister, does he? Let's having a look around. Now there is this art, right?
Could these be the paintings Dubois paid a premium price for? I'm not an art critic, but, well...
I reckon there's like a button to open it. How would you open it? We're just trying to quickly finish this CSI, yeah. After the CSI, if I'm still awake, we'll do a little bit of Sonic. But until then, we're doing CSI. I need to find out what's so weird about this, because it's not really... It's saying, apparently valueless painting found in Michael's apartment with a high price tag. So it's obviously filled with cocaine, right? It has to be. How do you reckon that we would get this open? How do you reckon get this open? There must be like a button somewhere. I'm not seeing a button. We could ask him about the picture.
I don't have anything else.
He's not talking. Yeah, of course not. Is that the memory card?
Try something else.
If that's the memory card, you're busted, friend.
Memory card's the same brand as Mr. Melvoy's camera.
Memory Stick Pro Duo. Okay. Yeah, it is a PSP memory stick, but it fits in that camera. Tape recording.
Try something else. Try something
What?
else. Audio tape, unmarked, which is either from an unfocused mind or someone didn't have the time to label it yet.
They didn't label it. Yeah. Hello. Why has he got a fire stick?
High-end shotgun mic and recording device. You could hear the flutter of a fly's wings from across the room with this.
Location is searched. So why it's not a fire stick. It's a microphone. The microphone. So they're quite busted. Let's ask him about those items.
I don't have
Oh,
anything
he's not
else for
talking.
you.
Well, let's go to the lab and look at the evidence.
Look, we're not fooling here. There's a pile of money at stake, not to mention our freedom.
No worries on either score, Mikey. Those paintings are perfect for our purposes. And anyway, this guy is bluffing. He doesn't know what's going on.
How can you be sure of that? Any way you slice it, he's gonna draw attention to us. He's a risky guy to have around. We need to do something, Mr. Klein.
Maybe, but nothing rash. Just stay cool. I'm on top of this. Nobody has to know a thing. And once you got your mitts on that casino, all our worries are behind us.
The details are vague, but it's specific enough to indicate Dubois and Klein are working together on something.
On the memory card. Nothing on the back.
We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can with that item. That goes on the trace analysis.
Yes, we're on the trace analysis computer, stupid. Long range microphone serial number. Owner, Gary Melvoy. So he's got Gary's item. Interesting.
We've done all we can with that item.
Let's see what this guy says about this painting.
We've done all we can with that item.
Right, can we get anything from Brass? And then we're going to go and speak to Michael again. Right, we need to speak to Michael then. Let's go to each location and see who's there. The victim's office, no one will be there. No, no one's here. So now we go to the gallery.
I haven't got anything.
This guy's not stupid enough to leave a cup of coffee knocking around, is he?
Not much here. Nice job being thorough.
Okay. We've been to the gallery, so go to Michael's apartment, because we know that Michael and that other guy are busted on something.
I don't have
He's
anything
not
else
talking.
for you.
So let's go to Carrie's apartment and say what Michael's doing. What's she gonna say?
I asked you not to tell me. How many times can you people ruin the same day? I've told you everything I know.
Yeah, but you're a liar. Then you're... He didn't tell us anything extra. And we haven't got a warrant to search her house. Damn it. I think we're gonna need a hint again. That sister! Where has she gone? What do you reckon?
Tox shows no traces.
So the victim did not have cocaine in his body. But there was a cocaine deal going down. There was. Let's go back to the lab and see if we can get a hint. We've had like 6 hints. That's really bad. Normally we only have like 3.
Hello. Looking for a hint? I might be able to help you, but I'll have to consider it in my final evaluation.
How to get a warrant for Michael? Microphone recorder after running a serial number search. Photo of the warehouse after being matched with the photo of Nathan at the gallery. And the crowbar. So, the photo of Nathan and the photo of the warehouse need to be matched.
Well, great at the warehouse. Looks like the one our body was stuffed into. Maybe this is headquarters for a drug op. We need to find this warehouse.
Now we can bust him. Well, some of these picture comparison ones, we're not good at that. We're not good at picture comparison.
You've got enough evidence. Sure, we'll get him in for a chat.
Right then, Michael. That's enough lies. Tell us the truth.
The evidence says you broke into the RV. The crowbar, photographs, microphone, and even an audio tape, all found in your place. What are you trying to cover up?
And I should help you? Why?
Maybe to convince us you didn't kill the PI to shut him up after he tailed you and got the dirt on you.
I didn't off the son of a bitch. Hell, I didn't even know he was dead.
You just happened to break into his place, steal a bunch of self-incriminating stuff the night he dies.
Well, maybe you didn't murder Malfoy, but you knew the man was dead, and that breaking into his RV was a safe risk.
And why did I do that again? I forget. You supposedly have all this evidence. Maybe you can, interpret it and remind me.
What about the drugs at the gallery, dude?
The PI was onto your art gallery drug scheme, so he had to go.
I swear to you, I did not kill that clown. Look, he was blackmailing me, and blackmailing's a crime, right? I only busted into his place to throw a scare into the guy. Why would I want to do that to a dead guy?
You were blackmailed for what?
Stupidity, mostly. I should never have gotten myself involved with that damned art gallery. Ackerman plays it smooth, but he's just a junkie in an expensive suit. I was on the up and up, investing in art. I've made a lot of successful investments in venture capital. Check up and see. Then that clown tells me, since Ackerman's into drugs, he'll say I was too, if I don't pay him.
And he didn't threaten to come to us, right? He said he'd go to his client, your fiancé's bitter sister. I see. Things are going good with Carrie now, and he was threatening to screw that up.
Now you're putting the pieces together. I just had a brush with you people, so imagine why I didn't want this to make me look dirty. So I paid the bastard off. Then I got pissed off and decided that would be the first and last payment. So I trashed his place, sending him a message that Michael Dubois was not to be screwed with.
What about the paintings? Yes, sir.
The tape we found in your apartment made for some interesting listening. Sounds like those paintings were a front for a money laundering scheme.
Now you're off the rails again. No way.
Sounds like the PI found out about the overpriced paintings and probably knew about the warehouse of drugs. And you guys decide he needs paying off, all right? Just not in money.
You don't know what you were listening to. Gus Klein and me, we were talking about firing Nathan Ackerman, not killing somebody.
Well, why were you at the warehouse?
I was just picking up some artwork. It's more convenient than going to the gallery. You want the address? Fine. 2974 Westfall Avenue. Knock yourself out. Find some other citizen to harass, why don't you? I don't have anything else for you.
Warrant from Brass? That's the warrant to search the warehouse, right? Oh, we can get a warrant for Gus. Search warrant for the exterior of the warehouse.
Because the photo shows the crate outside the warehouse, this warrant allows us only to search the exterior for any evidence of the PI being there recently.
See, we can't just go Googling anywhere, right? We have to have probable cause, like DNA, photographs. Don't you reckon? Like, we could ask if we could go inside, and he'll be like my boots. He'll be like, you need a warrant. Authorized personnel only.
What brings the crime lab around? A crime in this quiet neighborhood? That's a surprise.
Is this your warehouse, bitch boy?
Yeah, it's one of a dozen buildings I own in this town, and several of my businesses use it for storage. Why is that of interest to the LVPD?
Las Vegas Police
I noticed the
Department.
building is unmarked. Difficult to find.
It's a private warehouse for my company, not available to the general public for storage. What's unusual about that?
That's his testimony.
Among other things, we do specialized computer software for high-end clients. But you'll understand, I can't say any more than that. We have a strict non-disclosure policy. Can't say I ever did. Like I said, it's a quiet neighborhood, and we're kind of out of the way. I'd probably know if somebody who didn't belong was hanging around.
The photographs show you and Dubois here, together, as well as a crate that resembles the wooden coffin the victim was stuffed into.
Well, crates are kind of interchangeable, right? And come to think of it, Dubois was here last night, picking up some artwork. More convenient for him than going across town to the gallery.
We got a warrant to search the building, dude.
Listen, I've tried to be a good guy about this, but you're starting to be a nuisance. Go on, get it over with.
Is that... What is this?
As a rule, I don't guess. But this looks very much like a bone fragment.
Bone fragment. So what is this? Is that going to be blood?
Luminol is highly sensitive, detecting 1 part blood in 5 million parts. But it can also react to bleach and certain metals. In this case, the varied coloration of the reaction suggests a combination of blood and bleach. Also, note where the pattern originates from.
So there's blood coming out of there. So we get a warrant for inside, right? That guy needs to give us some answers of why there's blood there.
I haven't got any.
He's not talking. Let's see if we can testing the DNA. Let's go. So we need to testing the DNA of the bone. Yes, the DNA of the bone versus the victim's DNA.
Nice work. The DNA extracted from the bone marrow matches our victim. This fragment probably came from his skull when he was shot. The pattern of the blood to the drain suggests it was washed from inside the warehouse, which would make it the original.
Now we've got a warrant available from Brass. Before we do that, let's just match up the rest of the evidence to see if we've got any more questions for this people. So, fluid. Imagine if that fluid is the same as the bone.
Can't confirm that it's blood. The sample is too diluted with water and bleach. Not enough here to amplify for adequate DNA verification either. We've done all we can with that.
Alright, let's go to Brass. They said that the DNA is too washed out, but there's definitely blood. Let's go to the interior.
Let's find out what they got going on inside that warehouse. Your search warrant is based on probable cause and allows you to search for anything that directly connects to the PI's murder.
So we've got a full warrant now, Mia. Because we've got probable cause. In we go.
Software development. With all these hardwood crates? More artwork, you think?
Could be the art of selling substance abuse. Whatever the case, somebody clearly didn't like having a greedy PI know about it.
At least they've got a clock that wouldn't get annoying after a while.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
Oh, is that the bleach?
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
That's the bleach. Yeah, it's blood trails. No, that's the tire print from the RV. That'll match.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
Somebody got hosed. This may have been used to wash blood evidence out of the warehouse and down the drain. That clock would drive me cuckoo fast.
That looks like blood. There doesn't seem to be anything there.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
Yeah, it's not there. What about down here?
Video slot machines. So that's the high-end software programming that requires strict non-disclosure.
And somehow I don't think they're being programmed to improve the customer's odds.
This computer's connected to the video slots. Looks like some kind of interface program.
File encrypted password. We got the file. So we've got tire tracks and a file. Oh, is that the 9mm gun?
I must have missed that day at CPR class where the first thing you find in a first aid kit is a gun.
Wonder if we've got any fingerprints. Maybe not. Let's go to the lab and investigate our stuff. Because we've got a load of stuff now. So we're going to compare the tire tread with the photograph of the tire tread.
Tire tread in the warehouse matches Melvoy's car, so somebody must have driven the vehicle into the warehouse.
We knew that that was the case. We've also got the encrypted file.
This shows a change in the laws of averages. Random chance logic means a full house naturally happens roughly every 87 hands. But these machines are showing they deliver a full house every 150. That nearly doubles the house's edge.
Oh, they're cheating at the casino. And then the gun.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
We need to put it on the assembly table.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
Okay, so what do we do with a gun, sir? Dude, that doesn't help.
More to be done with that item before we can process it.
Maybe we need a chemical analysis.
I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it. I believe there's more to be done with that item before we can process it.
Fingerprint from the gun. Right. Nope. 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 Oh.
We got a match. Ackerman's fingerprints on the gun.
Now, can we...
We can work with that on the assembly table.
Now we can go to the assembly table.
Looks clean. At least the barrel hasn't been tampered with. Let's fire a round in the ballistics lab.
Now that's a bullet from the gun. And then we compare that on a microscope with the bullet from the dead body.
Barrel markings match. We have our murder weapon.
We've got the murder weapon, but we haven't got an arrest warrant. Let's talk to the people again. So, the gallery, let's go and talk to them. Oh, there's nobody here. Of course there's nobody here. Go and speak to Michael. What doing? Michael's not here either. Carrie.
I've told you everything I know.
He's not talking. So we go to Brass and we bring each person in for questioning one after another.
You've got enough evidence. Sure, we'll get him in for a chat.
How should I know? The guy was a professional snoop. Maybe he was poking around where he didn't belong and slipped and fell. Outside.
Well, the blood trail clearly originates inside the warehouse. Evidence indicates cleanup. It was washed out with bleach and water.
You know, it's amazing what you lab people can come up with your scientific testing. But it still means nothing to me. It doesn't have anything to do with any activities in this warehouse. That I know about anyway.
You're a liar.
No. So if something did happen, to give you that DNA evidence, I wasn't around to see it. Well, because of frequent art deliveries, Nathan Ackerman has keys.
Where were you at 7 p.m.?
That's easy. Home. With my wife. Watching TV. You want to know what programs?
Right, we'll bring in the next guy.
Well, Mrs. Klein says her husband was indeed home watching television with her at 7 p.m., for what that's worth.
Can we talk to the landlord?
He's on his way to interrogation now.
I haven't got anything.
Right, Gus is not talking. So the landlord is done. We'll do the next guy up.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
I don't have anything
Michael's
else
not talking. Gallery owner.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
Who gave you access to the warehouse?
Certainly I have access. I pick up artwork there, and even help unload it when it comes in. Mr. Klein isn't exactly a kid, and can use a hand occasionally.
When were you there last?
Not exactly sure. Several days ago, perhaps.
Did you kill Gary?
We found your fingerprints on the murder weapon at the crime scene. That's enough right there, Mr. Ackerman, to reserve your cell on death row.
What? This is preposterous!
Not really. A sleazy PI threatens to expose your drug trafficking and money laundering operation, Unless you give him a nice taste.
This seems for a time a doable business expense, until finally Melvoy gets too greedy and you do him. Two shots in the back of the head. You're an old hand at creating up artwork. The statue is just...
I swear to you, I did not do this awful thing.
How do you explain your prints on the gun?
It was stuck away in the first aid kit for some reason. I ran across it when I was scrounging around in there looking for aspirin. I have migraines due to stress. So I had that horrible thing in my hand and looked at it like the apparition it seemed to be, then like a child touching a hot potato, I dropped it back in that kit.
You're a liar. If you didn't kill him, who did?
I'm not in a position to say, but I am not who you're looking for. You're making a tragic mistake if you think I'm your man.
What do you know about the gambling machines?
Nothing much. Something to do with the casino that Michael Dubois is due to start managing soon. I can't think of anything perfect.
He's not talking. And Karen's here now. Let's get Michael back in because Michael wants the casinos to have better pay for the casino and less good for the customer.
He's on his way to.
So we're going to see Michael. I wonder if he's not talking.
I don't have anything else.
He's
for
not
you.
talking. We matched the vehicle tire treads, right? Yeah. We need the landlord.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
Karen's wide awake. He's not talking.
Anything.
We need to get a hint, I reckon. I reckon we're really close to finishing this one.
So let's run the case. The evidence tells us that Nathan Ackerman's finger was on the trigger, and his crates and drugs were at the scene.
Here's Gus Klein, shady landlord laundering money through Ackerman's gallery and rigging video poker machines for bogus payoffs.
And we have ex-bookie Dubois, who's ready to take over the family casino, and his buddy-buddy with the man with the magic slots. He broke into Melvoy's apartment and lied about his alibi for his time of death.
And that leads us back to Gary Melvoy, who stumbles onto a situation ripe for blackmail, with Dubois, Ackerman, and Klein as blackmail targets. But can we place any of these fine citizens at the warehouse where Melvoy was killed and crated?
So maybe we should talk to somebody besides ourselves, like Dubois' conflicted fiancée, Carrie.
You have to do a detective case, Kieran. We've got to go and see Carrie now.
It just doesn't seem to end, does it? I said I didn't want to know, but how can I not know? Now you're saying the man I love is involved in, what is it called? Money laundering? And rigging slot machines for use in my father's casino? If this is true, then my sister is right. I really am a fool. Have you told her? Have you told Lucy any of this?
You asked us to be discreet, so we've come to you first.
Any other hacks you can tell us?
I don't know if this will help, but I was emptying the trash and came across this broken watch. It was Michael's. I'd given it to him as an engagement gift. Why would he throw something so precious away?
We'll do our best to find out. I appreciate your candor, and I really do think you'll find that the truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free.
That's just it, Dr. Grissom. I really didn't want to be free. I wanted a normal life.
I would say this game is a 9 out of 10. We've had a lot of fun with this game.
I was perfectly content to be bound to one man until we
Kind of
were
like
both
LA
getting
Noire
free.
as
Now
well.
I'm free. And we'll have to learn to find something meaningful in that. Something that doesn't require my strength to come from someone else.
There's blood on that watch. And that's going to be the victim's DNA and that guy's busted.
That's blood, all right. But whose?
I've told you everything I know.
You're a liar. We're going to testing the DNA of that blood versus the victim. So, victim's blood. Oh, that's the
We've done
wrong
all we
machine.
can with that item.
This is the DNA machine. We're going to test that from the blood on the watch.
So Michael Dubois has Melvoy's blood on his hands. Literally. What else is he not telling us?
Let's go and speak to Michael. Yeah, mostly this is just investigating. There is some video clips, and there is like some like DNA testing and stuff. You didn't have DNA testing in LA Noire, right? So we need to get Michael back in here.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
I reckon Michael's so busted.
Damn that Lucy to hell! What, she's going through her sister's trash now? It's a frame, you know it is. You know how vindictive that...
But not Lucy, Mr. Dubois. It's Carrie who's finally putting out the trash.
Carrie? Carrie gave me up? No, I don't believe it.
You had a blackmail.
He's so busted.
Money would temporarily shut him up. Murder, however, would make that permanent.
I don't have anything else for you.
You grabbed that gun from the first aid kit. Forced Gary Melvoy at gunpoint to drive into the warehouse where you executed him. Double tap in the back of the head. Then you crated him up, cleaned up his car, and drove it into the alley.
Listen, I was in that warehouse, but I'm not the murderer. I'm your prime witness. I saw Gus Klein kill the bastard, and I have the evidence to prove it.
I'm always open to listening to what new evidence has to say.
Well, then listen to this tape. It's the last thing before he was caught.
Is it actually Gus?
Listen for yourself.
Yeah, this is the one, Kieran, just before the one on the Wii, right? There's like 10 of these games. Right, we got to go and listen to this tape now. There's 3 that are on the Wii. This is the last one on the PC. But the ones on the Wii are also on the PC. So I want to play them and finish them on Windows XP. But we're getting through this one first tonight, but I've only got a short amount of time. So as soon as we're done with this case, I'm going to bed. Mia, don't you think it's strange that Kieran turned up when that girl disappeared? Mia thinks, and I suggested that potentially that girl could be Omar trying to prank us. However, I don't think it was Omar. But I also am getting trolled that I also don't think it's Kieran, but I think it's someone trying to troll us. From the way that they're speaking today. Like they've given themselves up.
We've done all we can with that item.
So, there we go. It could even be Mike, right? Let's play this tape. We pranked him with a fake girl before, yeah.
You know, if you weren't so damn greedy, maybe we could have done business. Could have used a man with your kind of sleazeball skills. But you don't know where to stop, do you? Money laundering, dirty slots. Sounds like a gold mine to a lowlife like you. Well, here's your part of the gold mine, the shaft. Do it, Mike.
Gus, no, I can't kill the bastard. I don't go there, man, I'm telling you. Even if I did, hell, guy's been tailing me for days. How long will it take for the cops to be onto me?
You raise a good point, Mike. So, Nathan, considering the spot you're in, you could stand to do me a favor and gain a few points. Here's the gun. Take it.
God, no, take that thing back. I don't even like the feel of that horrible weapon. Don't ask me, don't make me. I could never take a human life.
You babies. Give me that damn thing, idiots.
Gus.
I won't lie and say it's been nice. See how hard that was? Now that you've made the boss do the dirty work, I'll give you the dirtier work. Clean up this mess. If I'm late for dinner, the missus will kill my ass.
Well, a nice confession. But we still need to do a routine voice match just to be sure.
How we can busting that guy and ask him what doing. Because we can record his voice during the interview, right?
Let's talk to that lying scumbag now.
We know you murdered Gary. So whenever you say that, that means you've cracked the case.
Oh, you do, huh? Why? Were you there? You got pictures?
We've got words. Your words. Gary Melvoy was no saint, but he was an efficient PI, and he caught you on audio tape, and 2 witnesses back him up.
That tape's a damn fake, and Dubois and Ackerman are psychopathic liars. Both of them.
Talk all you want. We have the evidence. Melvoy tailed Dubois to the warehouse. You caught him taking pictures of the drug crates and brought him in at gunpoint. After failing to intimidate your lackeys to do your dirty work, you killed him, execution style, and made... What you didn't know was that his recorder was still running, and his blood was being washed out of your warehouse. By making Ackerman and Dubois clean up your mess, you created the circumstances that allowed us to obtain the evidence to put you away.
I want a lawyer right now. We'll see if you can really build a case on a doctored tape with the word of a couple of raving sociopaths.
Funny thing is, you figured Melvoy was onto your whole operation. Money laundering, slot rigging, drug running, the whole dirty deal. But the evidence indicates he knew only about the drugs. You could have cut a deal and walked away. But now, you're going to be taken away.
You're going to be taken away.
Everybody played the game of CYA. The PI leaving that tape running, Dubois grabbing it to save himself, Klein scooting home to alibi up with the missus.
Yeah, the account could have been
and
anyone's
Ackerman selling
account.
his cronies out to us. Now they're all...
But I've got an account, so I could probably log into it over 20 years old.
Left to pick up the pieces. Carrie at least had the strength...
I don't know, maybe we're just suspicious because we've been playing these crime scene games. Yeah.
On the other hand, it's true.
But if someone comes in the chat and they're like,
needed to send Klein, Dubois,
Sonic looks different today. Sonic looks different
You
today.
did excellent work.
This isn't
on all of your
Sonic.
cases.
I'm just
I look forward to
ignoring.
working with you more in the future.
They can
You
keep
always
talking
use
about
a good
Sonic all
pair
they
of
want.
Hands, eyes,
But we're not
and
playing
most
Sonic.
importantly, brains. Not bad. A lot
We're
of
not going to
evidence
ban
you didn't
anybody.
find
We're just
yet.
going to let them talk.
Maybe you should try it again.
If they don't get a reaction, then they will just leave. Right? If they want to talk to us, they'll talk to us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fine. So, our statistics, we used a lot. We only got rookie because we got too many hints. We had 7 hints. There was 2 evidence that we didn't find. So that's the game finished, right? We can start over, and that's it. Right. We didn't get any credits, though. That kind of sucks. That was a good game. That's called 3 Dimensions of Murder. So what I'll do for Sunday is on Sunday, I think, we can play another one, like the Wii one. Yeah, we beat that game. It took like 8 hours. But there's like 10 CSI games. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go like this, and then go like this, and then go to like Wikipedia, there's all of these, and we just played this one. Do you see what I mean? So there's CSI Miami and Miami Heatwave, CSI New York the game. I've never even seen that before. 3 Dimensions of Murder is where the graphics start getting better. Then Hard Evidence, Deadly Intent, and Fatal Conspiracy. I've got 2 of those on the Wii, but one of them I don't have on the Wii because they're all on Wii. And then my mum's got CSI Unsolved on the DS. But This Crime City is on Facebook and Hidden Crimes is on Facebook. It really sucks that they moved to Facebook. But if you see, every single one is on PC. So all of those we're going to finish on PC, and we've already finished this one. These 2 down here, Miami and New York, they're both on PC as well. Yeah, Fatal Conspiracy. No, Hard Evidence was the very first one that I got. And we thought that one on the Wii was really good. Like, I had never played a CSI game until we loaded it up on the Wii, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I had no idea what it was going to be like. We could even go back to the stream and see. I was shocked. We thought it was great. Because that was the day that I got the Wii that we played that. It came with the Wii, right? I went to the store and I picked up a bunch of games. And that was one of the first games we played on the Wii. It's weird that this is on Wii and Mac, and this is on Wii and DS, and this is on Wii and PS3, right? But they're all on the 360 and they're all on the PC. And like the first one is PC, Mac, and Xbox, and then PC and DS. But it's funny that they're all on the PC. I think Deadly Intent, I don't have that one. But we've had a lot of fun with CSI games. We like Sherlock Holmes games. We like Agatha Christie games. And we haven't tried Law and Order yet. But apparently that's the same idea with like crimes to solve. Like L.A. Noire. This all comes from L.A. Noire. That was the first detective game I ever played. And I was like, wow, this game's great. I've got L.A. Noire on PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. And they're all in mint condition. So just pick your system, which one we can play it on, right? Okay, guys. Hey, guys. Barry here. Barry's going. See you later. Good night. Enjoy.